First, let me take you back to a time where it was all fun and games. It started from the age of 4, and it might not seem serious to some, but this was where I started to play video games. From that very little age right up until the age of 23, all I knew was fun.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all. Down here in the deep blue sea.
I didn't like being serious, I didn't like having hard conversations, but then it hit me like a brick wall. Nothing was going the way I wanted it to. I had lost my job, I couldn't stay in relationships, and I couldn't stay consistent with the gym. I felt like I had lost at the game of life, wasting myself away, rotting in my own self-pity. What I realised was I was stuck, unable to move from the past, stuck in a childlike mind, unable to grow up, unable to take accountability for my actions. I was stuck in that 4-year-old body, only knowing how to disassociate myself. And I'm telling you right now, I was bloody good at it. When a problem came up, I would play video games. When life became too much, I would go out partying. There was endless amounts of excuses that I would come up with so I wouldn't have to face my reality for what it was. And that little voice inside your head is not you, bro. It's that child inside yourself having a tantrum because he can't get 5 more minutes to play on the game. It's the child not wanting responsibilities because he has been babied his whole life. And that's not you anymore. You know that you don't want to live this way. You have dreams about your passions every single day. You think about what you want to achieve while you're sitting at that desk working for someone else, being a good employee. And if you cannot recognize that little voice in your head is not you, I'm afraid you're going to be stuck in that 4-year-old like mind, or whatever age it may be. But if you're aware of this, this is how you can change yourself within a year. If you put in the hard work to remove all the distractions, it will be possible to achieve the life that you want. And how you do this is by parenting yourself. If you have parents that are emotionally immature, if your parents were absent, then you have to realize you have a lot more work to be done on yourself compared to someone who has given that their whole life, who is taught how to communicate properly, taught how to think in a certain way that helps them get along with life, that has set them up properly with the right tools, the right type of thinking to get them where they want to be. I literally had to force myself to have a dialogue within my own head.
I'm ready to go in, coach. Just give me a chance.
With 2 versions of myself. That 4-year-old little boy and myself today. I spoke to myself like I was my own child. How would he want to be spoken to? What does he need to hear right now so he can move forward with what he wants to do? So it can erase all them anxious thoughts within his mind that he's worrying about, that's holding him back from pushing forward, from making the next step, to taking the next responsibility in his life, to having a talk with that girl that he wants to talk to present in front of his classmates. I literally had to sit there and think and have a conversation, and within a minute I erased all them thoughts of doubt, shame, guilt, anxiousness, and I would feel motivated to do the thing. I gave myself energy, I gave myself motivation, I built it up within inside of me just by having that conversation. It was like I just slingshot myself forward into my future version of myself that I've always wanted to become. You can change your thoughts. You are in control, but you've fallen into a habit of giving in to the doubt and the sabotage. And I don't blame you. It's very easy to get stuck on these negative thoughts, but it's not you, bro. Listen to yourself properly. You wouldn't be speaking to your own child like this. You wouldn't be speaking to your best mate like this. Treat yourself as if you are your best mate. How do you speak to your best mate? You give them motivation. You tell them that it's going to be okay. Force yourself to have that dialogue with yourself. 2 conversations in my head. Oh, but what about this? Yeah, but this is going to be okay. Literally had to have 2 people in my head speaking so I could lower these thoughts of doubt, of guilt, of shame. I didn't have the right role models to show me the way to think. I had to build myself up from scratch. From that 4-year-old boy, I had to teach myself how to think. I realized that I was in control of my thoughts. I realized how powerful I am by being able to choose the thoughts that I hold on to, that I want to think. Everything is a choice, and you have chosen to give in. To wait for someone to do the thing for you, but no one ever will. If you cannot understand your own thoughts and learn how to deal with them, then that's it, man. You have made your choice to let life decide how it's going to be. You are the only person that can pull yourself out of a rut. There has to come a time where you choose to block everything out, but you and your own mind, battling it out, figuring out why you think certain thoughts, why you can't do the things that you want to be able to do. Why can you not stay consistent enough to do them? Because you cannot stay consistent enough to think your own thoughts. Thoughts will come up, but you choose to hold on to them thoughts. You can choose to let them thoughts go. You can choose how you want to feel on a daily basis, how you want to wake up. The thoughts that you have in the morning, you choose what thoughts you latch onto. You choose what to think about. Maybe certain things repeat themselves, but that is there for you to learn from. Why do I keep repeating the same patterns? What is this here for? What is this teaching me? Ask yourself questions like this and figure out the answers. Once you get an understanding, you can choose whether or not to give in to them thoughts and actions. At the beginning will be the biggest test because you have no proof to back yourself up that you can do it. No foundation of the mental capabilities. But that's why this is so much more important, that you start this endeavor now. So you can change the rest of your life and prove to yourself you are not powerless, but powerful. Love you, boys.